All right, recording for the episode of the podcast, ladies and gentlemen. This is episode number 6. I think this is perfectly well done, well scripted, and everything. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the 6th episode of the Nikkei Show podcast, the number one podcast where we talk about everything, anything that we desire. Today is a very, very, very good day because by the time of this being released, I think it should be almost approaching April, which means it's been 2 months now since, almost 2 months of the podcast. Thank y'all for listening. First things first, we got some good stories to tell here. Actually, we have some crazy goddamn news. Hey, Peach, what you doing there? Peach is gonna give a nice little hi to the podcast today. For those that are watching this on Spotify, you guys are hearing this on Spotify. You guys can't see it currently, but I just put a Pichu. It's gonna say something else, but I'm gonna get demonetized if I say that. So anyway, sorry, Peach. I didn't mean to call you like that. You're no body part. You're no D, no P. You're just no V. You're just a man. Anyways, with that being said, guys, we have some crazy shit to talk about in this episode of the podcast. First things first. I would like to mention this before we jump into the obvious news, aka the Oscars. Bear in mind, I never really watched the Oscars. I kind of like scroll through who won usually. This time was a little bit different. I didn't scroll down who won or whatever. I haven't really checked. I only know one person that won, and I think another one. I don't know who she is, but. Anyways, so y'all know what happened in the Oscars, guys. Y'all know what happened. I waited so long. I'm recording this like the day before this episode, like the episode officially gets released. So you guys are getting a pure opinion viewing of the situation. So if you guys don't know what happened, if you're not on social media, if you're not living under a rock, or you guys don't have television or whatever. Basically, Will Smith slapped Chris Rock in the face because Chris Rock made a joke about his wife. Now, first things first, I want to say there's no right or no wrongs in this situation. What I'm about to say is my personal opinion here, and I'm gonna give my personal opinion like loud and clear here. This situation should have never really happened, and I'm kind of sad that this had to happen. At the same time, like, the internet's now memeing about it, and it's literally a meme, but it's a very serious situation as well. So I really don't know how to feel about it. At first, when I first saw that, fun fact, it was the morning after that event. I woke up just to go to school and stuff, and I see on my phone, like, some guy slapping. I didn't knew it was Will Smith, and I was like, what just happened? And then I go down lower, and then I see Will Smith slap Chris Rock in the Oscars. I'm like, what? So it's like 4 a.m. and I'm looking through the news, and I'm like, Jesus Christ. And as I usually do, I scroll down Twitter, and I get to see some opinions and whatever on Twitter, and a lot of people are either like, oh my god, Will did the right thing, or oh, come on, Will, you could have just like hold yourself a little bit, or comparing the situation to like a what if scenario. If Tupac was there, blah blah blah, the situations would have been different. Look, I'm gonna put my own eyes and my own perspective of the situation. First things first, Chris Rock should have never said a joke like that. If you guys don't know, the joke on Wilf's partner is basically that she is bald, but she's not. There's a reason why, because she has a medical condition, therefore she became bald because of it. And here's like the gist of it. She used to play in a movie where she was bald, and I don't know how to say this, but it's not really something you should say at all. It's not really a, a humongous joke. It's not. I didn't find it. Honestly, I didn't find it funny at all. I just found it just like stupid, like kind of misplaced a little bit. I would say. But then of course Will kind of lost it and said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna go on stage and just." I missed my fucking slap. 5 minutes. I suck at this. There you go. Slapped the man on the face. A good slap too. A very good ass slap. I mean, I would like to pull up a picture. Honestly, I probably will during the editing of this. I'll probably pull up a picture here. You guys are probably gonna see it. In general, but it's that was a big fucking slap. Like, damn, Will. I'm actually kind of surprised that Chris Rock survived this. I thought Chris Rock would just go right down, but no, he just stood up like a champ. You could almost see the freaking like handprints and shit. Will's not messing around, and of course Will said things to Chris Rock, saying that he shouldn't say, his wife's name out of his mouth again, more specifically out of his fucking mouth. And now people are just like, they're air quoting this, but like, like it's not. Is it really a quote? Guys, anybody would probably have said that to anyone, but again, this happening on live TV, 4K. Damn. I don't know how to like say this with I don't even know how to say it with something. How I would have managed the situation up, personally. And I know it is tempting when somebody insults a love member, or a person that you really care about, and they don't like it. Obviously, they don't take it, and you know damn well that they will not take it. You could basically talk to them or just go for physical violence, and that the second option happened during that night. Will did say an apology when he actually won the Oscars, which everyone was like, what? Anticlimactic. I have, honestly, if this was scripted, if this was fully scripted, like this could have been like a 10 out of 10 meme, but it wasn't, and it was just that, and it's so weird. I don't think Chris Rock will press any charges on Will. I don't think so, at least. Any assault charges or anything like that. But it's so weird because, again, how I would approach this, I would talk to them. I would, like, after the show, I'd be like, hey, dude, what you said back there was a little bit weird and a little bit unsettling, especially on live TV. She didn't really like it. Can you, like, slack it off a little bit? And it's like, afterwards, I'm like, yeah, sure. And if it doesn't come to an agreement, then, you try to talk things through before even thinking about punching the man lad, which, I mean, yeah, it's tempting, and yeah, but at least to me, you don't resort to violence immediately. Like, I feel as if, like, that's, like, almost like the automatic trigger. Even for me, it's like, oh my god, man, I would love to, like, slap him or, like, punch him. But for me, like, you can think it, but you don't want to do the action because you know damn well the consequences of the action that you're going to be doing. But obviously, things happen, and when all shit goes to hell, and then boom, this happens. It's kind of like a crazy thing, that happens in the brain, and again, Will send an apology as well on Instagram, like I said previously. If I can pull it up, I can actually read it. Or here we go. So he arrives on Instagram and apologizes. He says, "Violence in all of its forms is poisonous and destructive. My behavior at the last night's Academy Award was unacceptable and inexcusable. Jokes at my expense are part of the job, but a joke about Jada's medical condition was too much for me to bear, and I reacted emotionally. I would like to publicly apologize to you, Chris. I was out of line, and I was wrong. I'm embarrassed, and my actions were not indicative of the man I want to be. There is no place for violence in this world of love and kindness. I would also like to apologize to the Academy, the producers in the show, the attendances, and all that. Like, he basically just kind of almost apologizes again to what he has done prior. And this is very interesting and very, I don't know how to say this, because, like, I feel like also Chris Rock should also probably apologize as well. Like, Will definitely had like the bigger action, but I feel like Chris too should also get his bargain to apologize, and then just like have a bro fist and call it a night, ladies and gentlemen. Make this round of applause. Bring in the family. Grab a cup of tea. Maybe I got some scones. Some, who knows? Who knows? Bring in the family for family dinner or something. It would have been nice if we would have had a more better conclusion towards this, but obviously, look, out of all of this that's been happening, during that one night, man, it hasn't been bothering my mind. It's just like, it baffles me, it's kind of like, it's weird. It's a weird feeling that anybody, like, especially Will Smith. I mean, I was not expecting that. I was not expecting that for that night, obviously. And I wasn't expecting like Chris Rock to do do jokes like that in general. I mean, I don't know Chris Rock as well. I mean, I just literally just by Google searching like Chris Rock, I realized that he was the voice of the zebra from Madagascar, which I was like, what? And then I just see the memes on the internet afterwards. It was like, Oscar the Shark. Is that his name? Oscar the Shark Slayer, the fish guy from Shark Tales that Will Smith played, and then the zebra from Madagascar. Don't remember his name. Don't even bother. I don't even bother to talk about this little mother trucker. So yeah, no, I was very yeah, that was a very weird night. A lot of people have a lot of opinions. Personally, like I said, I think this situation could have been resolved a lot more peacefuler and a lot more in a more respectable manner as well. And if there was any type of beef whatsoever, this could have been done backstage or anywhere else than in blindside the public, because, well, you've been caught in 4K. Anyways, let me know all y'all's thoughts. Those who are watching this on YouTube, on Spotify. Hopefully you guys can kind of like formulate an opinion. Was Will in the right to do this? Was Chris Rock? Again, personally, no one's in a right or wrong in this situation. It's just such a weird situation that like you can't really like have like a perfectly good opinion and like express that out. It's so weird. It's such a weird situation in general. Moving forward, we do have another controversial talk, and that is with the new Pixar movie Turning Red. Well, Disney Pixar movie Turning Red, which is a Canadian movie. A Canadian animated movie. Let's get it, baby. Canada's being represented. Guess who's Canadian? That's right, it's your boy. Now, my thoughts, I have not seen the movie. I will be blatantly and utterly honest. I have been spoiled to the fucking grims about this movie. So I don't really honestly, like, I don't watch a lot of movies and a lot of, like, shows aside from anime, at this current time, because there's, like, nothing really interesting. Like, there's a couple of things that are pretty cool, like the new Ryan Reynolds movie, Adams something, I don't remember, but that movie. What else? I don't know what other like. Oh yeah, well, the new Batman movie that came out. Aside from that, like, there's not a lot of like movies or like shows. I'm like, oh my god, if it's not like anime or it's not like Jujutsu Kaisen the movie, which I'm very excited. I really want to see this movie. Me and Super Zero shouts to Matt Lad. I came in the last episode. We were talking about this, and we've been hyping it out. We want to go see the movie very badly, but unfortunately, we don't have the we don't have the time nor the driving capacity for doing it, I guess. But yeah, no. So the movie is about I guess spoiler warning here. Is about a girl that is going through puberty. Of course, like she's 13, and she turns into a panda, which is like a curse between the family and all that stuff. When they reach a certain age, they develop the panda, sort of like developing periods, which is sort of like the reference of it. Now, the thing with this is that, why is it so controversial to talk about periods? First things, I want to jump into this conversation. Why is it so controversial? Like, this is such a normalized thing for me, anyways. A bunch of my friends, we talk about periods. We can talk about periods together, and we can talk about masturbation. We can talk about a bunch of shit. We're almost blatantly open. We don't talk about, like, of course, like, the big bang situations all the time. Like, we don't talk about this like it's like a discussion at a family table. But like, when the subject comes into play, sometimes we do talk about these types of subjects. And our generation, we're very much more open to this. So why is the older generation, and while I'm saying specifically the older generation, this could also be with the new gens and whatever, but why is like most people, mainly older gens, just being like, why is this movie here? Why is it promoting periods? This is very wrong. And I've seen a lot of haters on Twitter talk about this. And I'm like, well, it's not really it's sort of like making it self-aware. It's like a self-aware thing. It's like, oh, yeah, there's periods. And then the kid's like, what's periods? And what are period pads for? And you tell them what it is. Then they're going to understand, and they're going to be like, what? And it's like, don't worry, it's a thing that happens, it's life, Like, for me, I feel like I'm the prime example of the person that literally has been taught literally everything in advance. At the age of like 10, I knew a bunch of stuff, and I was watching Family Guy. Like, I think at the age of like 8 or 9, I started watching Family Guy a couple of times, kind of like for the sake of it. And oh my god, like, what? He watches Family Guy at a very young age? Yeah, I mean, some kids do that. Actually, a lot of kids do that. What do you think your 7-year-old is doing playing GTA right now, bro? Like, I don't think 7-year-olds play GTA. I don't even know if 7-year-olds nowadays have cell phones. So, well, some of them do. I never had a cell phone at that age, but besides the point. So yeah, no, I don't know why talking about periods is such a freaking, like, controversial thing. And, like, again, especially in this modern society and generation, like, we should be, like, saying, hey, yeah, no, this is a thing that happens, and, we need to make it self-aware, and we need to, put everyone to the bruise of it, and, like, no, don't keep it hidden, and all of a sudden, she starts bleeding, or they start bleeding, and they're like, I'm gonna die, like, they're just freaking the fuck out for no reason, because in reality, it's like, it's not something that's like super duper bad. I just cut myself, Jesus. It's a small little cut. Like, it's not bleeding, it's cool. It's just oh no, it's just skin. Never mind. I get very distracted very easily, as you guys can clearly tell. But yeah, no, it's very weird. Like, why keep it hidden? Like, why not just tell the people? Tell the people what the fuck is going on, when it happens, And then when it happens, they're not going to be as surprised, and they're not going to be like, oh my god, what the hell's, why is there blood coming out down there? So, obviously, the movie puts reference to, purity and whatever. However, the movie is closely to that. And of course, she started liking boys and whatever, and then, the mother goes haywire and shit, typical stuff. However, where the movie gets even more fucked up is that you're comparing the pandas to periods. So I kind of get there's like a theory out there as well that the panda, like the size of the panda is like the size of the period, that like the level of the period. There's like 1, 2, 3, like how bad the period is actually. Like a level 1, level 2, level 3, like that shit. I could totally buy with that. But again, that's like a brief reference to what the actual movie is pulling out. Which is basically just like a nice, self-aware movie with some, elements of, cutesy and fantasy shit, and a lot of, Chinese lore. So, you know. Now here's another thing that pisses me off, and I think a lot of people are going to be agreeing here, is when the dad actually, because there's a scene where the dad looks at Mei Mei. Mei Mei, is that her name? Mei Mei? I'm not sure. Somebody can correct me in the comments. But the main female protagonist turns into a panda at school, and she gets filmed and whatever, and he's watching her as the red panda. People on Twitter, and I can't even make this up. If I can find any tweets, I'll put them on screen for all my YouTube viewers. But damn, people are saying, and I quote, he's watching juvenile prawn with periods. What? I've seen comments like, I'm not even joking. I've seen comments like that. I've seen it. There is a video by I don't remember the user, but there was many videos, actually many videos I've seen, and they actually have the similar experiences to me when I was reading through this stuff. And like, again, by what I've heard, the movie is pretty good, but then again, why are people so, I don't get it. I don't get it. Can somebody explain to me in the comments what brings him to that conclusion? Because it's a movie that's talking about periods. Is that it? Is that the only reason why? Is that the only reason? I can't even comprehend to believe that's the only goddamn reason as to why people are freaking the fuck out. Just because of this. Like the referencing of periods. It's a thing that happens, and but it's not that, because it's a she becomes a red panda, not a varina. That would have been a wholly different story. Now we would have jumped into it, but she did not become a varina. She became a red panda. I don't want to specify further beyond this. I feel like I've already opened the big door of conversations with already the two subjects here. I'm going to talk about a little bit of my life here, since, I'm like that. And of course, I have to. It's my podcast. So, hopefully, again, everyone's having amazing, hopefully you guys had an amazing March. I feel like March, for me, usually for me, I would go on vacation during that time. I have not been on vacation in a very long time. I have not jumped on a plane in fucking forever. I'm hoping that maybe this summer we might be going on a little trip. But that's gonna depend. I mean, the furthest I've been is like, Ontario, like around Ontario and stuff. And it's not, it's not like a big, like, humongous trip where I have to pay, like, some money to go fly a plane to Toronto or something. It's like just like a drive around and then just go around, have some fun and goof around. But I haven't really traveled in such a long time, and it it feels so odd because usually I would travel at least twice a year. So I would kind of like try and plan my videos and my streams in advance before like doing it and like doing like the travel and whatever. Um, so yeah, no, and I'm kind of interested to see if we're ever gonna be traveling, uh, when I'm gonna be releasing an episode of the podcast, and if I want to put an episode of the podcast while I'm traveling, because that'll be pretty cool. I can probably bring out my laptop and call it a day after that. That could be pretty interesting. But for now, I think we'll kind of see where this goes. Obviously, we're gonna go and see what happens during that time. And if you guys are interested in where I usually go during March break and during actually any other time of the year, normally for March break we would go to Punta Cana. We always go there. It's a nice, beautiful place, a good resort. We always go to the same resort. Amazing resort. It's really fun. It's really cool. It's nice, cool vibes. It's a good vibes over there. Good vibes, good times. You just vibe there. It's nice, good food, good service. We stay there normally for a pretty good. I would say like what, around 2 weeks, over there. I feel like I feel like I would like more than 2 weeks, but I feel like 2 weeks is like it's good enough. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a good enough relaxation time. And it kind of like puts your brain back to work at like during. This is the weirdest thing. When I'm in March break, my brain gets instantly back to work. Like it's like, it refreshes itself, it relaxes, and then like my thoughts are still running into my brain. It's like, and it's like, oh cool, hey, there's some new thoughts in my brain. I want to pop in. I have new ideas, some new stuff, some school stuff, and whatever. Speaking of school, guys, upcoming exam. By the time of this recording, it's tomorrow. My exam is tomorrow. A very good and very long ass exam, split into two parts. One that's gonna be during that day, and the next one's gonna be on April. Don't remember when, but it's gonna be during April, so that's gonna be something. Also, April has so many things. I can't wait to do the first ever podcast in April because, oh my god, do we have some stuff to talk about? Do I have some things to talk about? Do I have some things to share? I might be actually doing another solo episode for the beginning of April, simply because I don't have any specific guests that I want on during that specific timeline. But I do want to try and bring some new people, obviously, to the podcast all the time. And if you guys are wondering if this is gonna be like the season 1 of the podcast, guys, I don't divide my shit into seasons. I used to do that back when I first started off my channel, but I'm not. My other channel, aka my main channel, Peak of Vids, which you guys should definitely subscribe, obviously. But no, I'm not gonna divide this into any seasons. The podcast is just gonna continue on. I think I'm gonna be changing like the way I do my titles, because I feel like my titles are like, they're expressive but they're not good enough. So I'm gonna probably just like change that up a little bit and try to get that shit started. You know what I'm saying? Get that shit back to high gear and whatever. So it's gonna be really interesting. I'm very excited to implement some new changes for the podcast. I've been actually doing a lot more for the podcast and actually scripting down some notes on my notepad on my cell phone of various types of topics and whatever. So it's really nice. I think a lot of you guys are aware of how freaking passionate I am for this podcast. So I'm pumped, man. I'm pumped, and thank you guys so much for the love and support like on the podcast. You guys are fucking insane, and I love that you guys are enjoying the podcast and enjoying every single episode that we've been popping up so far. It's some good vibes, some good times, it's good. We're having some fun. We're just recording some casual talking, and we're just having some fun. That's all that matters. I guess another fun fact about me right now, currently, I'm playing Elden Ring, which is probably one of the most top tier games. I feel like if I ever do like a top 10 game tier list, or like my favorite games of all time tier list or top 10, I will probably put Elden Ring on my top 10. It's not even debatable. It's like, it's such a good game. I've been having so much fun with it. It's very time consuming. I think a lot of people are aware, like these types of games are very time consuming. They're very, very hard. So you're gonna spend a lot of hours on these games, and you're gonna have some fun. I know that Jacksepticeye played it for seven, seven times now, and then he's just doing a series of it. I'm just like, damn, this man's a mad lad. I'm only going for the second boss now, my second major boss of the game, because I defeated the maggot already. So there's that to be said. I don't really think, honestly, this game, I don't think this game has not disappointed me. I really enjoy this game. I really love it. It's very good. It has one of the better graphics, obviously, but I really enjoy the atmosphere of the game. It's really nice. It's really engaging, and I just love it. I personally think it's a really cool experience so far. I've been loving this game. I really have been. I highly consider anyone to play the Elden Ring if you guys haven't played the game yet. Honestly, it's pretty solid. I do want to mention something. I know for those that are watching my main channel, and I do talk about gaming a lot on my main channel, but here in this podcast, we're not just gonna talk about gaming, boys. We're talking about life. We're talking about deep and philosophical shits. So I guess I'm gonna be telling you guys now, since I'm gonna do it. During the time of May, I'm going to be doing a mental health episode that I've been planning for literally since I started the podcast. I'm not giving you guys the date specifically, but it will be during the first week of May to announce National Mental Health Month, Mental Health Awareness Month. So stick around for that. I have a bunch of stories and a bunch of probably relatable, or maybe some things that you didn't knew about about health in general of the mental, the little brain cells here. But yeah, no. And this week has been crazy. This week has been crazy. I'm feeling right now. If you would give me the craziest week of 2022, this is probably one of them. Easily in the top 5 craziest weeks so far. And the year has just begun. This is the thing too, right? We're only approaching April. We're literally in April. We still have how many more months before the end of 2022? We haven't even reached halfway point of 2022. We haven't reached 6 months, and you're telling me there's all of this that's been happening? Jesus Christian. So many things have been happening. For those that are in Canada, the mask policies are getting a little bit fucked up with the new variant going around. Obviously, where I'm at in my class currently, there's some people that are getting sick and stuff, and I'm just like, oh dear God, this is not good. This is really not good. I'm a little bit afraid, a lot actually, but it is. It is what it is. People get sick. People get tested with the at-home tests and stuff. It's cool. It's at least they're testing. There's the slightest cold, slightest fever, whatever. You test it. Obviously, it's the time of the year. It's spring, boys. It's spring. And here in Canada, it feels weird. For literally 3 days, it was boiling hot outside, and wearing a coat and a hoodie like this I'm wearing right now, it's secret outside. And then you get days like today where it's freezing. It was in the minus 20s during the freaking morning, and then now it's not that bad. But it's I'm on there. Minus 20 degrees Celsius, of course. We don't use Fahrenheit here in Canada, boys. Come on, all my U.S. audience. We don't use that. If you think, guys, I was saying Fahrenheit, you guys are wrong. I don't even know what minus 20 Fahrenheit is. Is that fucking cold? Is that South Pole shit? Or North Pole? Whatever. I don't know. I feel the South Pole is colder than the North Pole, by the way. I think that's the thing. Me in geography, Fun fact: geography class was probably one of my highest grade classes I've ever had in my life. Fucking 85%, 80s, 70s. I had maybe one or two 60s. I probably had one or two 50s in my life, but in 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 geography, I don't know. I'm just a geomaster. I know the planet, bro. I am God. I told you. I told everyone. I'm the ace in the hole. I guess that's a spoiler for. That's a spoiler for. That's a big spoiler for next week's topic. Because yes, I do plan. I do plan to talk about something specific next week. Speaking of next week, we have Comey Can't Communicate coming up. I feel like I want to do my. I want to do the episode of the special episode, and then afterwards, like once I'm done watching Comey and in space with Markiplier, because he's doing Markiplier just did another one. Another one bites the dust. We gotta fucking love it. We gotta love it. We gotta love him. We love you, Markiplier, bro, homie. You're amazing. You're amazing. I don't know if you're watching this. If you are, you're amazing. We love you. I'm a huge fan of your channel, by the way. Huge fan. But yeah, no, it's been quite the journey this week. I feel like this week, we're gonna hit the weekend. We're just gonna be sleeping, bro. We're just gonna be like taking the Z's. We're gonna be relaxing. We're gonna be having fun. I'm obviously gonna be sleeping at a very decent time this time. It's like 7:14 p.m. right now, where I'm at during the time of this recording. So I'm probably gonna end up podcast pretty shortly once we hit the 40-minute mark, of course, or something like that. Because I need to go take a shower. I have to prepare myself for tomorrow because big exam. But yeah, no. Very. By the way, if you guys want a brief description of what the exam is about, it's very complex. It sounds simple, but it's not. So it's basically just installing Windows 8 and Windows 10 on a PC. Which you might be thinking, oh, that must be easy. We have to do all the other stuff that the paper tells you to do. So, say for instance, the paper is like, oh, well, I want to have this user with a password, and he has to have a specific disk or whatever. You have to do what you need to do to complete it and stuff. It's very much basic shit at this point. And then you have to go, research some stuff. And then there's going to be the second part where it's going to be basically doing batch files and stuff. Basically just doing all your folders and all the text and stuff. It's really, really cool. I feel like I want to do an entire episode of just me explaining what I'm learning, but I feel like I'll be poorly explaining it. And especially currently right now, I'm still learning this shit. I'm no expert. So you're going to be just hearing a guy mumbling his words and just be like, yeah, I totally know what I'm doing. Yeah, totally know. Totally am a tutorial person. Yeah, guys, just go, yeah. Install Windows 10, boys, on your PC. I feel like now, since I'm more self-aware stuff, I'm like, God damn it, I should install Windows 10 when I had the chance or whatever, because on my laptop that I have right now, that I'm using to record and whatever and do all my streams and stuff, I did not do the configuration of it at all. It was a company that did it. And I was like, damn, sheesh. There's some stuff. There's some stuff I saw in between, but I think it's all right. It's not that bad. Before I wrap things up, ladies and gentlemen, today's episode of the podcast, I do want to say a massive thank you for everyone's love and support. You guys are freaking amazing. You guys are as loving and caring as always. And of course, don't forget, drugs are bad. If you get one, pray. Make sure they're hot, boys. Come on. You gotta make sure. So again, see you guys in the next one. I really enjoy that you guys are enjoying the podcast, and I'm enjoying recording these episodes, and I love doing this. I love doing the podcast. All right, ladies and gentlemen, peace out, my little comrades. A little smooch, mooah, and of course, follow me on all social media platforms, aka Twitter, TikTok, my second YouTube channel, which is also my main YouTube channel, which I do gaming videos on, and anime videos, which is going to be a new thing on that channel, followed by my Discord, which you can go join the Discord server, link in the description down below, followed by Spotify, if you're not already from Spotify. With that being said, see you guys later. Mwah. Thanks for watching.